if those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains green, and was the holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen, and did the countenance divine shine forth upon a clouded hill, and was Jerusalem builded here among those dark satanic mills? Bring me my bow of burning gold, bring me my arrows of desire, bring me my spear of clouds unfold, bring me my chariots of fire. We are supposed to sing this song, but I'm the
Cora, put a sock in it. You're ruining the art of Eastern mysticism. And now for Tai Chi position number 1. The Tibetan archer. Moving into position number 2, the Tibetan yak. Into position number 3, the Tibetan yak being milked by the Tibetan.
Moving into Chris pretending to read the Tai Chi book I bought her. Who needs that when I can make it up anyway?
I read that book from cover to cover. And now for Annie sharing her Maltesers in the cinema with her best friend.
That is so not true. I always share my
Girls!
Sorry, Miss Fraser. And now into position number 8, the Celia, trophy wife, playing golf.
Well, how about the Jessie, ex-respectable school teacher, outside boots after the wine tasting night?
Told you that in strictest confidence.
I'll get us.
Celia?
How about Cora, the single mother, taking a breather to watch the sunset?
Wait, I've not had one in 4 months.
What about me then? Go on, do your worst.
And now for the Ruth, this goody two-shoes, sucking up to her WI chairman. Murray!
Oh, Chris, you always say that. I never do. Give me one example when I ever have.
Ruth! Have you done the apple pies?
Yes, Maria, before.
Ladies, we are in no sense ready for our harvest supper. Our guest speaker, Brenda Hulse, is coming up the street. We have no chairs. Cora. No projector. Ruth. Chris, have you done the flowers?
Well,
Oh, for goodness sake.
Murray, the thing is,
Look, you said you'd bring the leftover flowers from the shop.
well, once you get to an form, we actually sold some this week.
Oh, for crying out loud.
We're in a position to be able to not sell them.
Look, Chris, the thing is, you promise these things, but then you don't deliver.
Perhaps you should have that on the side of your van. Harper's Florist. We promise, but we don't deliver. Can someone tell me, is Brenda Hulse the one who gave us the talk on the history of the tea towel? Because if she is, I might just have to commit harikiri on my knitting needles.
Such a rush. Such a... Oh, are we in here?
Ladies! The slight delay was that Brenda Hulse had double booked. She's hot-footed it over here from another engagement.
That's right. I was just down the dale at another women's institute. Hi, girl.
Boo. Right, yes, thank you.
Amazing standard. Some of the autumn poems those women came out with were simply astonishing.
Lovely.
Decorated the whole hall in bulrush lanterns.
We did that last year. Where we lead, high gill tend to follow. Now, ladies, we are extremely privileged to welcome back Brenda Hulse, who last year gave us a fascinating talk on the history of the tea towel.
Well, I'd like to stay.
Brenda Hulse.
You just shut because you laugh.
I'm not going to laugh.
You say that every time, then you laugh, and it's me that gets in trouble. Now promise me.
I'm not going to laugh.
Ladies, this harvest, come with me as I invite you into the fascinating world of broccoli.
Broccoli is very good.
Promised.
Broccoli has one of the most surprising lineages of any vegetable, and yet many persist in ranking it merely along with the carrot or the sprout. It is also the only vegetable rumoured to share a common ancestry with this man, James Bond.
That's better.
Yes, Cubby Broccoli, who produced all of the James Bond films.
Oh, for crying out loud! Ruth!
Has it broken?
Ruth!
I'll check. It might be fused. My always says fuse first.
Well, I can't do it without the slides.
Oh,
God damn it.
Brenda, I do apologise. Perhaps seeing as we have you here, you wouldn't mind judging our harvest competition.
Of course.
Well, in that case, can you all please bring up your entries?
Jim.
This is a harvest competition I used to set at my previous WI in Cheshire.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It was a craft competition on the theme of most creative still life done with a fir cone on the 5th of autumn.
Still life.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Right. I must have misunderstood that, you see, because I've done Westlife.
Westlife, very good. Is he the one who left?
I'm so sorry, it's just my Eddie's been away.
Oh, Brenda, I do apologise.
Really not much point in carrying on, is there?
No, not much point at all.
No.
Oh, Brenda, the least I can do is offer you a lift out of Napely by car so you don't get lost next time. Right, ladies. Well, while we're here, we may as well continue with the final agenda point, which is next year's calendar, which this year, you are all aware, we did the 12 most beautiful views of local churches. So next year, I thought we would go for the 12 most beautiful views of
George Clooney.
Wharfdale Bridges, with
11 fully clothed, with a little lift the flat for December.
Do you have any ideas for this calendar, Chris?
No.
So, Bridges of Wharfdale it is then. Brenda.
And in those streets, leaving a half.
I think we did it.
As they have left
I feel terrible.
Don't worry, Ruth. It's nothing a little harvest punch won't cure.
Talking of which, what time's it turning up?
Let's get this party started.
I could do with about 4 gallons after the day I've had.
Well, let's get started then.
Don't tell me you've had another bust up with your Ruby.
Oh, I think I've had the last bust up with my darling daughter for quite some time. She's cleared off to Europe with some of her mates.
What? Ruby's went away?
Ladies of the WI.
It's the gods be praised. It's Mr. Punch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Clark is in the house.
Who's upset Mari?
I think you should have a word with your wife. She behaved despicably. Deliberately sabotaged the projector so we didn't get to see the end of From Russia with Broccoli.
Looking very chiselled, your man these days. Got you in a health kick, has she?
My Eddie's joined a gym for body shape. He goes 3 times a week.
Ladies, this year's vintage, John Clark's Napely Knee Trembler.
Seriously, right, you know, John, you have lost weight. Your cheeks are looking... I wish you'd have a word with my Rod. He's getting a right old punch.
Works too hard, that's what it is.
Yeah, so does John, Rod. But it's going to get worse. Did you know they're opening up a new Tesco on Craven Park?
I know. It's great, isn't it? This town is finally getting a deli.
They're going to be selling flowers, you
not drinking.
Indeed. Get your glasses, get your glasses.
Thanks for that.
No, he does look good. I wasn't just saying so.
Well,
When's he doing at the doctor's?
Friday.
Chris, where's me final ingredient?
Ah. Ta-da!
Aye, he's a good lad, your fella.
Now, Rod and I give you these sunflower seeds from our shop on one condition, that you, John Clark, come back to this hall and give us a talk.
Me?
Yeah.
Give a talk?
Spare us from another history of broccoli.
What have I ever done except work in Dales?
Oh, please yourself.
Okay. Now this is me pièce de résistance. You take some of these little parcels of sunlight, sprinkle them in, then take one of these, set fire to the top, toast seeds, makes your mouth taste like liquid Yorkshire.
I've had some of these before. My Eddie made them last Christmas. We set fire to the decking.
In the light of which, might I suggest that we do this outside?
Everybody out!
Oh, I'm gone, honey. I'm already gone.
Hey, come here, you.
And how was your day?
Thrill me. Go on, tell me something I didn't know about broccoli.
Well, let's just say I know a little bit more about broccoli than Chris does on Tai Chi, except I don't try and teach a class on it.
Hey, don't knock it. If it weren't for that lass falling off tables trying to get the entire Chinese restaurant singing Jumping Jack Flash, you and I might never have met. In fact, I only plucked up courage enough to ask you out because
You've been at Pricedale.
I have. Overseeing young junior rangers, putting up forest fences. Easy, oh, look at that. 12.
I know, yeah.
Then I just popped in to see old Dockmore this afternoon.
What, today?
Aye.
But I thought you wanted me to come with you.
Mrs. Clark, there's never a day goes by when I don't, but I just kind of needed to get my results on my own.
Well, what did he say? Is it blood? What were the tests?
I don't know.
Is it treatable, fixable?
John, you better get out here. Cora is on fire.
Bloody
That was one hell of a brew. She's only had one glass, and Celia's dancing on a Porsche, and Jessie's picking a fight with a keep left sign. What's the matter? Oh, I haven't put up with you for 400 years to be battered off with an I'm fine.
John's got his results.
Now, Cora, did you hear High Gill? Do you now see what I mean? And that is why they have been asked to perform the opening Jerusalem at National Conference. Right, I'm going to go and see Chris about the flatbed truck she's organised. You two start rehearsing the song.
Whose idea was this fake snow?
Whose do you think?
It's already gone down the flappy bit on my gear stick, and I know damn well it'll still be there in July.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay!
Oh, I think it's a lovely little touch of Mari's. All this is Victorian, you know, kind of Dickens.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! One more dong out of that little Doris, and you're both going in the river.
Did you hear High Gill's version of God Rest Ye Merry? They sound like the sodding Vienna Bloody Boys choir.
Tell you what, you'd never know that you were brought up at a vicarage.
Mari said her Jenny sang that version at the Cheshire Church Choir at Hatton Hall.
Oh, did she now? Well, my Ruby sang this version in the Ram's Head on Christmas Eve. Oh, little town, do 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 Cora!
Hello.
What is that?
A song. You wanted a song for the float?
A carol, Cora. A carol for a flute that will be in full view of Lord and Lady Cravenshire.
Look, Mari, I'm sorry I can't offer you a 28-part harmony, but Highgate have got Enid Richmond, who runs the Ripon Cathedral Bloody Choir.
I know that. That is why I've compensated with a Victorian theme. That is why I would like something with a little Victorian decorum.
Well, hello, Santa.
Absolutely not. No way. This is a Victorian.
Everybody in the back of the van!
Van, your wife promised me a flatbed truck.
What?
Good. God almighty. Hey, that's never the outfit you wore to our millennium, do?
And I'm still in it, babe. I'm still in it.
Deck the hope with cloud of folly.
La 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 la.
Ho, ho, ho. There you go. Now that's what I call a bloody stocking filler. Have you been a good little girl this year?
I have, Santa.
Bloody hell, that's a shame. I can do that already.
Well, I think that's very sexy. Now put it back on.
Hey, nice coat seal. Shall we start a book on who's going to get the most coins in her bucket?
Oh, Chris. Getting money in your bucket's not about your dress. It's about the rapport you build up with the public through the spirit of your character. But the dress helps.
It's not fair.
Bloody hell. That's a Christmas, mate.
Somebody stop me before I kill that woman. I've only got gladioli, but I'll give it a try.
Chris,
John!
you promised me a flatbed truck, and that is in no sense a flat. Oh my God, no!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll be fine. We can walk and sing.
We can't do that.
Of course we can, can't we, Cor? Goes back a long time. New Orleans, jazz and religion.
God, yeah. Our band at college, me and Ruby's dad. That's all we did. Jazz, blues, gospel.
Gospel, there you go. We could be the Nephi Rhythm and Blues Choir.
But we can't.
We don't have much choice, Annie.
John can't walk that far.
Oh, bloody hell. It's happened. I knew it would. I've just become third person.
Sorry, how is the,
My treatment's going fine, my love. And you know what cheers me up? Your WI calendar with its pictures of the Yorkshire churches. Being able to tick me chemotherapy appointments off with images of misty graveyards. No, serious. I took it in. There was this lad at the hospital, Porter, Lawrence, great lad, bloody good photographer. Hey, you should have seen some of he's done.
Get on with your story.
Anyway, about the calendar. Very complimentary.
really?
Lead on, my elf. Remember, he can't walk that fast.
One day, remember to tell your husband that he prevented the world's first gladioli homicide.
Oi, we tingling or what?
2, 3.
Jingle bells, jingle
How does such a beautiful man end up with an old git like you?
He'll freeze. Where's that blanket? The one Ruth knitted for Africa and they sent back.
How was today?
It's fine. As long as it's not septicemia, it's always fine.
And that's...
Well, septicemia is when the chemotherapy's not working. Mind you, it's going to be me that gets bloody septic off that settee in the relatives' room.
Oh God, thank God you said that. I thought it was me putting on weight. Those bloody prongs are lethal. Do you know they're going to need a new wingsuit for relatives of people who got injured in the relatives' room? Did I ever show you where it scratched me?
No, but one gust of wind tonight will show us.
I've come to dread this spring fete. I really have.
Oh, come on, Jess. It's fantastic having it on home soil. It's usually always up at High Gill, and we've got full turnout. Annie's baking, and Cora's doing a tea tray decorated on an international theme.
Precisely. The events are ridiculous. And I'm sorry, I know you don't like bad language, but you are dressed as a bloody mouse.
I'm a rabbit. I was polite making this. I just need some coat hangers for my ears. What's your event?
Basket of flowers, inspired by a song. Shoot me now.
I think in fairness, Mari just wanted to make sure we've got an entry in every category
Because she's toadying Ruth. Because Lady Cravenshire is the judge. I'm making baskets for a landowner's wife. Now, if that makes you feel good, that's fine. But it makes me feel like a bloody feudal peasant.
Jessie,
Sorry.
what song's that?
Where have all the flowers gone?
Rod? Rod? Is he in here? Rod? Oh, I'll kill my husband. I quite clearly said, take Kate into church hall. Do not pass beer tent. Do not look in beer tent. Oh, well done on the ferret, Ruth.
That's Cora's tea tray decorated on an international theme.
Is it? I wonder what the cotton reels were for.
Well, the cotton reels are palm trees, and the Ferrero Rocher wrappers are golden sands from Montego Bay.
Do you know, if more people did WI, there'd be less need for hallucinogenic drugs.
Hey! Has anybody ever told you you're the most beautiful wife a man could ever have?
Yes, you. Every time you've had more than 2 pints. Give.
Are you aware that Mari is walking around in a hat the size of a NASA satellite dish?
She'll be, any money by now, she'll be looking like the NASA satellite dish.
She will. The results from Naples Spring Fete are as follows. High Gill have scored 5.7 points in the baking with their synchronised flapjacks. However, West Hebden have been disqualified from the garden produce after their winning courgette was discovered to have been born a cucumber.
Get back to your beer tent.
The results of the lemon curd will be announced after the judge has finished being sick.
I'm only joined with you, Rod Harper. I only joined the WI to make your mother-in-law happy.
Didn't work.
Out. Hope you're keeping an eye on your Eddie in that beer tent.
Oh no. He's at the gym, praising the health spa.
Raven Spa? God, that's a bit pricey.
Well, it's like he says, Chris, you pay for the quality of your own equipment.
Well, he should be here with you. He's not playing around again, is he?
This wasn't your event. Wasn't Annie down for baking?
Annie's currently got more on her plate than cakes.
Annie won't forget. Normally Annie's the one who never forgets.
Ruth, Annie's spent the past 3 months up and down the A59 running John in and out of Skipton General. Normally has gone right out of the window.
Oh my God! The cake! There's still on Chris. I
Told
forgot.
you.
I just got out of the car and I thought I'm supposed to do something today, and then I remembered.
Today.
What? You faked? I'm not total dead loss as a woman. Can't knit and I can't make plum jam, but I can make a bloody Victoria sponge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
I just haven't baked this one. I got it from Marks and Spencer. Well, we needed to enter something with a point.
You can enter a bought cake.
Why not?
I am not entering a brought cake.
Oh, well, I will. Make way for my glorious cake.
Oh, blimey, I think your fella's putting on a bit of weight.
Yes, he is, Celia, but he shouldn't be drinking beer.
Oops, sorry. Mari's fault. Shouldn't be in charge of a putting competition. My mind turns to alcohol as soon as I get near a golf bag.
Why'd you take this?
Because if I didn't, Ruth, I'd never get to see my husband. I quite enjoy the golf. It's the bags I have to play it with. Good idea. Come on.
Oh no, I can't play golf.
I don't want you to play golf. I want the kids to think you're one of the prizes. Get a hole in one, win a gerbil for the prize.
So, how's it going out there?
In an extraordinary turn of events, I won the fell race. It wasn't so good going up the hill, but I come down in 8 seconds.
How do you fancy scone? I hear high gills are highly tipped.
Pocket,
What?
prison.
For me?
I get it myself, but it seems like such a bloody distance.
Oh, it's not a diamond ring then.
No, better than that. Much better. Sunflower seeds. Plant them out on the hill, round about May. Then ring Lawrence, as I promised to give him a photograph.
You're talking, John Clark, as though you won't be around to do this. I can tell you, mate, you're down to do a talk with the WI, and there's nothing this mortal call on earth will stop you from breaking that promise.
Well, I started writing it. As I think I said, all those years ago when this all began, back in the cinema in Buttermarket Street. If you want to snog, you'll have to come to my seat.
I think you'll find very much that it was me that said those words. And it was you who very much came scuttling into your own chair.
Quick, quick, she's coming. Oh, for God's sake, Ruth, you're going to have a kitten.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Oi, none of that. We are in the presence of greatness.
Oh no, this is certainly Victorian.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree, Lady Cravenshire.
I mean, the main church building certainly has the feel of Victoria.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Cora will know. Her father used to be the vicar here. Cora, what is the church?
Well, in my experience, intransigent and hypocritical.
Thank you so much. And this is Celia, who only recently joined us.
Yes, at this fete last year, in fact.
Yeah, she deflected from the old bags at the Royal Yorkshire Golf Club.
Of which Lady Cravenshire is chairman. Oh, please do go on.
Ladies, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of your spring fete. I do so love coming down to this part of the Dale.
And we loves having you, ma'am.
As ever, it's inspiring to see the amount of enthusiasm on display in all disciplines, especially by those in the fancy dress competition, which of course this year is on a theme of cowboys and Indians. Some of the baking categories have already been judged, and I'm pleased to announce that the winner of the May Wilkinson Trophy for Victoria Sponge Maximum 12-inch this year goes to Naples entry 213.
Oh my God. Oh, can you help me?
Come along, Chris. Dead man walking.
Nice knowing you.
And I'm also proud to announce that this cake also wins the overall Lady Cravenshire Award. Listen, I don't normally ask this, but the lightness of that sponge, is there a technique? You know, a thing, how you got that?
Don't try.
Well, I usually stick to my mother's advice on baking cakes.
Yes.
Always line the bowl with butter. Use a warm spoon. And if it's a special event, get it from Marks and Spencer's.
flowers of Yorkshire are like the women of Yorkshire. Every stage of their growth has its own beauty. But the last phase is always the most glorious. And very quickly, they all go to seed. Which makes it
which makes it ironic that my favourite flower isn't even indigenous to the British Isles, let alone Yorkshire. I don't
think there's anything on this planet that more trumpets life than the sunflower. For me, that's because of the reason behind its name.
not because it looks like the sun, because it follows the sun. During the course of the day, the head tracks the journey of the sun across the sky, a satellite dish for sunshine. Sow these seeds on the hill, and you'll see that wherever light is, no matter how weak, these flowers will find it, which is such an admirable thing, and such a lesson in life.
Right, we're going to do this. You're going to do the talking.
No, I'll be the glamorous assistant.
Come on, let's get going.
Okay, so remind me, are we milking this yak or shooting it?
Forget the Tai Chi. Jessie, pass me that bag.
Oh, you were boycotting that low-cost supermarket because of their policy on imported flowers.
I was, but that's it. Celia, what are you doing?
Just because I moved to Yorkshire doesn't mean I have to sit on it. These are Gina Pellegrini.
That supermarket also happens to have a key cutting and engraving booth that I needed for this, Exhibit A.
The John Clark Memorial City.
Which will sit above the Bannington settee, currently in the cancer wing at Skipton General. Exhibit B.
It's number 6.
What do you think to that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, blimey, it looks like the settee that God's has.
But then I thought, likely proceeds from next year's calendar, Mari's Bridges of Wharfdale. All I can say is, remember the look on that RSPCA bloke's face when we handed over last year's cheque? Kind of, cheers girls, that'll just about pay for a hamster's leg splint.
So,
What did Celia discover in the marketplace at Christmas? Flesh sells. My glamorous assistant will now show you a selection of calendars.
According to Ron in the post office, these raised a lot more money last year than our Bridges of Wharfdale.
oh, what's yours got on, Cora?
Not a lot, Jess.
Huh. I have to say, I don't think I could ride a motorcycle wearing that. If I did, it wouldn't stay on very long.
Well, I have to say, I don't mind doing this. I mean, if it's going to raise money for a good cause, I don't mind buying one.
I'm not actually asking you to buy one.
We're talking about appearing in one.
Oh my god!
Oh
raffle. There's only you on God's earth.
And John, don't forget who inspired all of these. And the last stage of this flower is the most glorious.
The last stage is the most glorious.
Yes, but in fairness, he didn't say whip your bras off.
And I'm not approved. I have, in my time, in fact, ridden completely topless on the back of a Harley Davidson. But the point is, I was 16 at the time.
Precisely.
You did what? Ruth, you're confusing the word naked with nude. Would you call the Venus de Milo naked?
I'm not saying that.
Look, being naked involves details. Being nude involves...
Whiskey.
Suggestion. What we're looking at here is a slight shift from a WI calendar of spectacular views to spectacular views of the WI. And here, today on John's Hill, I'm about to prove that it is possible to celebrate corporeal beauty of the mature human form without any indecency whatsoever. Ta-da!
Oh my God!
You can't eat your lips.
Now, stand back and prepare for art. 3, 2, 1. Can anyone see my nipples?
Oh, Chris, put your shirt back on. Come on, girls. I think we better go and help that chap pull his tractor off the wall.
Annie? Annie?
Oh, Lawrence, well, I wasn't sure that you would turn up. I mean, well, you looked a bit stunned when we mentioned it when we came to the hospital.
Yeah, well, normally it's a nightmare trying to find a life model. Suddenly a busload turn up.
In. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Ah, Lawrence, good lad. Lawrence, ladies, this is Lawrence, porter at Skipton General Hospital.
And a photographer, a proper one.
Hello, Lawrence.
Sorry about all the subterfuge in the car park. It's just that Mari, our president, she's a bit like something out of Lord of the Rings. The big eye, the big... Actually, she's quite a few things out of Lord of the Rings. Anyway, Lawrence, this is Miss January, February, March and April.
Hang on. If they decide to do it. Now, Lawrence, on the telephone, you said you had some quite good ideas.
Right, well, when they came in the hospital, Chris and Annie, about this calendar, what you're wanting to sell at the Yorkshire show, what they
Oh, Christ, love, if you're intimidated now, we can be like when Celia takes her blouse off.
Mesmerised.
It should be what John said. When I was pushing him around, talking to him about what it was you all did in here, he reckoned all the jam making and knitting was basically a front for a load of respectable middle-aged women to get together and go nuts. That's what your calendar should be. At first glance, the photo should look like your classic WI calendar. All your traditional cakes, jams, sewn and that. Everything you'd expect. Except for one thing. The person doing it is naked.
Nude.
So you see, for each month you get a different girl. Knitting, painting, gardening here, see? Until December, and I thought we could do a group one of you all together singing Christmas carols.
You're right, John would have loved those.
Oh, Lawrence, we love it. We absolutely love it.
Except one small problem. He's a bloke.
I thought the idea was we wouldn't be revealing anything.
Well, not on the photographs, but I'm guessing there's going to be considerably more on show in the actual bloody room.
Look, Lawrence would arrange the photo, leave the room, off come our dressing gowns, and one of us would click the shutter.
I think
Yes.
I'll have to be back on a bend.
Well, thank you very much.
What? Look, it's just, well, look, Ruby's already got me down as the type of woman who makes a habit of parading herself in front of men.
Why?
Cora,
It's not like you've done this before.
because I lost touch with her father. Because I'm the type of mother who loses touch with the father.
Look, no one's parading anything. Look, he's handed out all these pictures and he's done these, so we're going to have to make our mind up at some time.
Well, I think I can very quickly say what my position will be.
Oh, Jessie, I can appreciate your...
The first time I heard the words "a woman of your age," which is what you were about to say, was when my young new headmaster was trying to explain to me why it was I should retire. The following week I had to take over the school trip halfway up Plover's Hill because he had collapsed with exhaustion. I have never had a problem with age, my dear. It is always age that has had a problem with me. Any teacher who has seen the passage of years, rising hemlines and lengthening legs has felt old since they were 30. And the danger of age, girls, is what you think age expects of you. Witness my mother, who at the age of 60, on a day when the gasman and the postman came to call, would consider herself to be rushed off her feet. Why? Because the small events of life expand to fill the time allotted to them. And the saddest thing on God's earth is that those with the fewest hours have allow less and less to feel more and more.
Sorry, Jessie, just to clarify...
No front bottoms. I'm in, as long as there's no front bottoms. That's a site reserved for only one man in my life.
Right, and what would your husband think?
Oh, good God, it doesn't matter.
Way to go, Jess!
Ruth?
It's just, not all of us are Chris's. Some of us are Ruth's.
No, that's the point, her and having the Ruths. It's not because we want to show off our fantastic bodies.
But actually, Chris, there's a little bit of that, isn't there? I mean, you know, your video and your little bra wars, which is fine. I'm not saying...
Don't be ashamed, Ruth.
Not all of us used to ride topless on a Harley Davidson.
Can you not make it sound like I was in the circus? I did it once to spite my mother.
Come on, Ruth, show Eddie what he's missing.
Chris, I'll buy one, okay? I'll be proud of you and I'll buy one. For John, I'll buy 100 and I'll be proud of you.
Cora.
Oh, look, I'm a single mother, the church organist and the vicar's daughter.
And?
Oh, I'm not going to get them out now. When am I?
That's my girl.
Lord forgive me, for I know not what I bloody do.
What about you, Seal? The ladies of the Yorkshire Golf Club are not going to like this.
That's exactly why I'm doing it. You tell David Bailey. I don't mind doing July, and if things get tough, I don't mind spilling out into the autumn.
You realise we're going to have to bloody do this now, don't you? I think we've got ourselves a calendar. How about you, Mrs. Clark? How do you feel?
Well, I wasn't actually sure. Not until he came in.
Lawrence?
But John, well, I know John agreed, but it's, oh God, this is what happens, isn't it? You start going mad. You start seeing their faces in other people and in objects like toast. Am I really going mad?
You're about to take your bra off to buy a settee. You're a complete fruitcake.
Hey, but what about
The master of evil, Marie who sees all. Come on, my little girl.
Hey, I wasn't being common.
Oh, I think I know where we're going now.
Yeah, trolley covered, exactly as I marked out in the plans.
Ladies, welcome. May we first congratulate Cora.
Why, thank you.
Well done, Cora.
I got the keys by convincing Mari I was starting the first Mapley Choral Society.
Tonight's decoy was presented by Lance Corporal Gleave of the Royal Musical Corps.
Right.
Ladies, are we ready? Who's going to go first?
May I say, if it's me, I'll be most proud and honoured to go first. Oh, thank God, it's not bloody me.
Oh my God.
Oh.
September!
September, just like we rehearsed.
Get these buttons
Chris,
in order.
camera. Cora, Jessie, light reflector shield.
Light reflector shields.
Perfect. Getting a bit. Okay.
Yep.
Move.
Buns in
The
position.
hands.
Oh,
Oh,
got a loose bun.
good. Good. Just move it back. Found it in position.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready?
Right, go.
Oh, stop.
Oh, silly, now's not the time to start being coy.
Look,
I know, but-
none of us are used to being naked in front of people. Well, good God, I wasn't naked in front of my John until 1979. There was a lizard in the shower at Abergele. In fact, quite a few people saw me naked that day.
Have you done it?
Oh, God, no.
No, not yet. Hang on. Right. Good God.
Lawrence, I think we're going to need considerably bigger buns.
Don't touch the composition.
Don't touch the composition.
I like the buns up. They cover more.
Lawrence, are the buns up or flat?
Flat.
Is that flat for you or flat for us?
Don't touch the buns.
Don't touch the buns. Bad girl.
Bun toucher.
The smile needs to be enigmatic.
Oh, she looks like she's got pelvic floor trouble. How do you mean enigmatic?
Left side of the mouth a little up. Right, possibly slightly down. The central area kind of.
Oh, for God's sake. Get him in here.
What?
Get him in here.
Lawrence!
Right, buns there. Reflectors round. What's your husband going to say when he sees this?
I don't know.
That was enigmatic.
You look beautiful, Celia.
Fabulous.
July.
July!
July.
Right, that's me. Right, if I'm going to do this, I need to warm the place up a bit.
You
And I need to make sure you've got your fingers on the right notes for Jerusalem.
I should be a bit bloody insulted if they're looking at my fingers, Jess. Right. Bring me my bow of burning gold. Come on. No, other side. I've got a tattoo.
Oh, Jess, has it got Luke's name on it? It's got 7 all crossed out.
Cora!
Ladies of the Napely Choral Society, I present to you Air Without a G-String. Ready?
Just imagine you're on stage in front of 1,000 fans.
And you've shagged every one of them.
Cheek.
Well done!
All right, ladies. January.
January!
Jessie, that's you.
I've got your stool. There you go, love.
That's for you.
What's I supposed to do with this? I start knitting, love.
Let's get that wool in the right place.
Yes, keep it coming. Keep going.
You know what's marvellous? Is that he still hasn't noticed. So, young Lawrence Sutton, you didn't recognise your old teacher with her clothes on.
Oh my God.
What about it then?
Still got some inside.
Hey, you can't be
You're next. Come on. Come on, Miss February. Get in there. Get this out of the way.
Absolutely. I hope you're totally bloody naked in there, Annie Clark.
That is for me and a couple of roots of teacups.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay, ladies.
October! Let's get my props. Oh, gosh. This October's going to get her props.
Okay, well in the meantime, November.
November.
Marmalade making coming through.
Sorry, Lawrence, I forgot Marmalade's supposed to be Ruth, but she wouldn't go on. What?
Ruth,
I can do this.
you can do this.
Do it.
I can do this. Do it beautiful. Let's get those marmalade jars in the right place.
Absolute star.
Okay.
Ready?
Well done. You absolute star. What on earth changed your mind?
Don't tell me, surprise birthday present for my Eddie.
My God, all I got in my husband was a squirrel feeder. You realise already you'll never be able to look at Marmalade again without a smile on his face.
Okay, October.
October! Yes, Chris. So sorry that you got stuck with the flower arranging page. Do you want to put some money on who gets on the front cover?
Yes, it's a shame, I had to mix in with a few gerbers.
Okay, December.
Hats.
take your seats, please. Welcome to this afternoon session of this year's annual WI conference. We'll start with the emergency motions for general voting. Quite a number of these to get through this afternoon, so please could all proposers keep to the time limit. First is the delegate for Napely WI.
Ladies of the WI, we from the Napely branch have been asked to come to the national conference today because, well, what we're trying to do is a calendar for WI to raise money for a settee at Skipton General Hospital, which is where John.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute with your bloody buzzer. The other delegate from Naples got something to say and she's about to commit heresy. I hate plum jam. And the only reason I joined the WI was to make my mother-in-law happy. End of story. I'm crap at cakes and I can't knit. And the fact that it is very unlikely that George Clooney will ever come to Naples to give a discussion on his collection of slightly too small swilling trunks, then I see very little reason to stay in the WI. Except that suddenly, I want to raise money in memory of a man we all loved. And to do that, I'm prepared to take my clothes off for a calendar. And if you guys don't agree, then I shall go ahead without council approval. Because frankly, some things are bigger than council approval. And frankly, if it means that we get that much closer to killing off this shitty, sly, conniving, cheating, silent, deadly bloody disease that cancer is, then, God, I tell you, I'd run round Skipton Market smeared in plum jam wearing a knitted tea cosy on my head singing Jerusalem.
To which Central Committee replied, "We don't do nudity." Some of them, I knew they wouldn't. But we do charity. Bless them, I knew they would.
You're kidding, they overruled Mari.
As long as it's done with decorum, which unfortunately rules you out, Celia.
And we've been given permission to call it the Alternative WI Calendar.
Which comes as a bit of a relief, because I've already had them printed.
What? When did you have it?
The day before we went to London. I checked the schedule, and if we waited till after the decision, we'd have missed a show anyway.
Wow, and did the printers, well, did they donate them?
No, I used Rod's credit card. Down the stationery.
Well, can we see?
Let's see it.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh my.
Oh, Ruth.
Crikey, Ruth, you scrub up well.
Right, you can see my tattoo.
What's he doing with all the cellulite?
Oh, believe me, love, it's still there, just in shadow.
Remind me to spend the rest of my life in shadow.
Where's mine?
Oh, look, it's there. September.
Oh, Celia, allow me to congratulate you.
Blimey, prepared for a life on the internet. Mari. All right, ready?
Dear Lord and Father.
It's okay, it's only Tony.
Who? Oh, Bartholomew. You remember from the Craven Herald.
Took the photos when we did that German cabaret night. I rang him up to see if he remembered me. Thankfully, he did.
Surprise, surprise. No one will ever forget your Lily Marlene. Least of all the lamppost.
He's going to be Cora, stick the kettle on. Break open the emergency bourbons. This is a WI charm offensive. Come on, girls.
Come on, Ruth. It's just, when you start something, there's only going to be a few photos that a few people are going to see.
No good if it's that, Ruth.
Look, we've got to make people notice us, love. This isn't the Napely Fete anymore. It's a Yorkshire show. And we're up against the Red Arrows.
We're competing with Jeff Randall's tumbling sheepdogs. If we're lucky, we'll get a paragraph on page 14.
Come on, Ruth. I can assure you it's not going to go any further.
17h30 à Beyrouth. Merci de nous rejoindre sur Future News.
Well, some women from England are creating quite a stir. They are featured in a new calendar.
A group of middle-aged women who threw their British reserve out the window.
They were from living a quiet, peaceful life in a small British farm town to becoming, well, the biggest nude calendar girls in England.
And we're going to show you what we've done. Where the Institute in its birthplace in Lady Island.
Holy cow!
Cora, take it away.
Sorry.
Oh my lord.
Sorry.
Oh my good lord.
Dear, did you see how many vans were out there with those satellite dishy things on?
This is ridiculous.
They've shut the road. The police have shut the road.
Well, guys, shut the door, quick!
Where did they all come from?
I don't know, but come on, get a buttonhole, quick!
Did Chris really mean for us to pull this apart?
I don't know, but well, that's what she said to do.
But it's somebody's mother.
Well, it was meant to be, but Chris forgot the funeral because she was busy with the press conference. Ended up running down the road after the hearse, asking them if they still wanted it.
Oh, what's she gonna do? Put an advert in the buy and sell saying, does your mother look a bit pinky?
No, the one next to the one speaking French was definitely speaking Japanese.
Sorry, did you just say French?
Got her and the rest. American.
Japanese?
No, but seriously, French?
Well, what's so wrong about France?
Because it's only when Ruby's gone and cleared off too, isn't it? And now she's going to see me in some godforsaken paper in some godforsaken town, and I'm not going to be there to tell her what happened and explain. And oh my God, Ruth, I'm really sorry, but bollocks!
I'm sorry, Rose.
It's okay. She's okay.
I'm not okay, okay? I'm not okay. I'm surprised Mari's not booked me to do a talk on how to rear the perfect daughter.
Oh my God, this is what I call a press turnout. Now, how are we doing with the buttonholes? Come on, we need to look coordinated. Just because the press turn up doesn't mean to say the papers are going to use the photos. That's not how it all works. Now, can we remember that pose, that kind of leaning back thing, left foot forward, right arm back, and smile. That's how girls. Now, come on, get your props. We need to do this like we mean it.
Was it okay? What? Forgetting the funeral?
Oh, love, the shop can stand losing a few croissants.
They should be sunflowers.
I'll tell you what, if I get all this going, we'll have bloody Amazonian orchids. This is our baby, remember that? All that out there happened because of you and me.
And John?
Oh, yes, of course. Now, come on, Cora, Ruth, you're up first.
Oh, not me. Not first.
Come on,
Yeah, come on, Ruth.
You can do it now, Ruth.
You said I only have to do it once.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Naples Women's Institute Alternative Calendar. Come on, Ruth. You're strong, you're proud.
I'm not drunk.
This November.
Go on, Ruth.
Come on, Annie, pose. Make sure you get your teacup high.
Look, love, at my age, this is as high as my teacups go.
It's February.
Right, come on then, Miss Jerusalem. In for a penny. Let's show them our countenance divine. Let's face it, they've already seen our pleasant pastures.
Oh, Ruby, this is your mother. Wherever you are, je ne regrette rien.
Miss July and Miss January. Come on, Seal, you're up next.
Little experiment. Let's see if everybody needs their props to get recognised.
Miss September.
Not.
And finally, Miss October.
Tuesday not. We absolutely carry on. This is a minor setback.
But is it actually worth playing without a net?
Tuesday night is badminton night and will remain badminton night regardless of whether or not Chris has disappeared to the Yorkshire show with the badminton net. Right. Play. One love.
Would that have gone over the net?
Yes, Ruth, it would have gone over the net.
Okay.
Do you know, I'm actually quite sad that I'm missing the Yorkshire show. It's one of the things that I miss most when we moved to Cheshire. They do have a show in Cheshire, but, well, there's a fundamental difference. You see, Ruth, in Yorkshire, people go to the Yorkshire show to see animals. In Cheshire, people go to see people, to preen a peacock. Well, you know what I think about snobbery. Oh, to love.
Talking of Cheshire, actually, I wondered if you had a word with Cora.
Is she thinking of moving?
No, she's having trouble with her daughter, and I know what happened to your Jenny.
You didn't say anything.
Oh no.
To Cora?
No.
To anyone?
No. To love.
You see, what happened with Jenny is a perfect example of Cheshire as a whole. If it had happened in Yorkshire, well, it would have said, teacher seduces sixth form girl. But no, in Cheshire, it was young slut seduces brilliant head of sixth form with an A-star pass ratings. And at that moment, Ruth, that moment, well, we may as well have been selling Lucky Heather in Winslow. Yorkshire just has a better class of person. Few exceptions, of course, but I've decided not to make an issue of that calendar.
Oh, good. Because I think in fairness, Chris just wanted...
For you, actually, Ruth. You're a very accommodating person, and it's the accommodating people that get taken advantage of. Ruth, it's about time you took some lessons.
Oh my God, 11 calendars.
That's right, he bought one for every member of his cricket team. No, seriously.
Oh, honestly, it's unbelievable. Mari.
Oh my God. Tuesday badminton. We should have told you we were borrowing the badminton net, Mari.
Sorry, Mari. Hey, Ruth, did you hear what happened at the Yorkshire show today?
Yes. No.
We sold out of calendars in 38 minutes.
There was one lady bought 5 and practically caused a fist fight in the queue.
That's incredible.
You should have been there.
Oh my God, there's a man outside who's driven all the way from North Wales to buy a calendar just to find out we've run out.
Well, put his name in here with the other 400 then.
Oh, but we can't let him go home empty-handed.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you nip round the back with a couple of baked roll tarts?
See this? Jealousy. Because you recognise me and not her.
Look, if I'd have been shoving a piano on the street, he'd have recognised me anyway.
Tell you what, I think we could be looking at this settee in leather.
And then we'd have to get Highgill to do a calendar to pay for your shop.
I'm sorry. I don't think you'll find anyone from Highgill prepared to pose naked for a calendar.
Actually, Mari, it's not naked, it's nude.
Good night, Mari.
I'm sure you'd appreciate that. Having frequented many a Cheshire art gallery.
Art? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was you, naked behind a fruit loaf.
Actually, Chris was the flower arranging pose.
I'm thinking, no. I don't recall the Lady Leveller Gallery with any middle-aged women obscuring their pedenda with a Danish little,
Sorry, Mari, do go on.
embarrassing.
Is that embarrassing for us or for you?
Both.
Mari, I think our calendar sums up the spirit of the WI better than a load of old wet bridges.
More than the natural beauty of our county.
Oh, that's Yorkshire, by the way. The county you love so much. You went to live in Cheshire.
Oh, well done, Chris, for staying put. Well done for staying here in Skipton Road. Because let's face it, that's what this is all about, isn't it? The golden girl who played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, who everybody thought was going to be a weather girl. The girl who performed in the pencil skirt in the French show and had all the boys' tongues lolling, is now stuck in Skipton Row and wants just a little bit more front of stage. But oh no, not the whole play of line learning. No, not the hard work, just a little pow, look at me. Pow, I'm doing Tai Chi. Pow, I'm organising a vodka night.
I'm doing this.
Tell me it's not that.
John Clark.
Tell me.
Doing this.
Tell me.
Because of him and because
Tell
of
me.
his bloody socks off.
Tell me.
And because I can still hear that laughter now.
Christ, Ruth, I thought that was a Kalashnikov.
It's a calendar for the man from Wales outside.
Good night, Ruth.
Good night, Mari.
Isn't this yours for my Eddie?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Does my Eddie not want it?
It's fine.
I'll take it.
Still, you've not been playing golf, have you? I could do with a vodka.
Actually, I was out yesterday, so I'm all tooled up.
Well, that's a bit...
Oh, come on. It's times like these you just gotta get back on the Harley.
It's not what John would have wanted. All this arguing. Maybe Mari's right. Maybe we are upsetting people.
Good. Some people deserve to be upset.
Just what I mean.
I spent half my life with a bunch of people who deserve to be upset.
Shouldn't have joined the golf club.
Do you think I wanted to, Cora? I was lured back to Yorkshire with all this talk of, come on, love, come back and live in God's country. So I agreed, and we moved. And then he comes down with this disease called goth. And it's terminal. And if I were to spend any time with my husband, I'd have to spend half my life in a bloody golf course with a bunch of women who, ladies, who pathologically make up rules so as not to upset anyone. Rules for the putting green. Rules for the locker room. Rules for the car park. And for God's sake, conversation codes for the captain's dinner so that we don't stray off the subject of golf. When all you can really say about golf is, I didn't hit it straight, so it didn't go in the hole, but if I had have hit it straight, it would have gone in the hole.
Still, you do sound like you could do with some counselling about this.
And do you know what? All the things they really want to say, they still say it, just behind people's backs. Normally mine.
What sort of things do they say?
That I dress like a tart.
No. Well, in fairness, you do a bit. No, I'm just saying, Celia's front is never backwards in coming forwards.
Sometimes it isn't. So it shouldn't be. Your breasts aren't something to be ashamed of because of some social, pathetic, whatever reason. Because of those ladies at the golf club, they are. And if my mum hadn't been too mortified to show her breasts to the doctor when the time came, then we'd still have the rest of her. And what I want to say to the Hermes Mafia or the ladies' bar is get yourself down to the WI, love. Come and hang out with the real women of this county and learn a little bit of debauchery while you still can. Cheers.
Has everyone walked past this that came through the letterbox?
This place has a letterbox.
Alternative WI calendar, Yorkshire. It's never got here addressed like that. Your calendar was the first time I've smiled in 15 months. My husband never understood why I joined the WI, but I think if he'd have lived to see these photographs, he would have understood in a second.
Dear girls of the alternative calendar, I first saw your photos sitting in a relative room. Are we going to fit in, very much like the one you were trying to buy?
It took such bravery, which of course is the one thing Danny had so much of. To be told at 16 he would never be 18 would have wiped the smile from anyone's face. But with him, it never quite did.
She would have laughed out loud at seeing your photographs. I would have put your calendar right up on the wall. Besides,
I'm currently in the high security wing of Her Majesty's prison ballet, and was mightily impressed by the sheer size of your...
The unexpected release, being able to see the word leukemia printed somewhere, and not feel my fingertips go 1 degree colder.
In January, my mummy...
My God, she'd have been the first one behind the buns to beat the disease, because the truth is, she'd tried everything else.
I have recently been released from Barlini prison. Oh my God.
Ladies, I've just completed a world record for Yaxley. In one morning, I've done 3 radio interviews plus a magazine. Now stand by for the big one, Annie. I've recently been exchanging phone calls with a very nice lady from London, okay?
right.
Who has asked if we'd agree. Are you getting this?
Yes.
That tomorrow,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
in this church hall,
All right, yes.
to be on television.
Oh my God! Really?
What?
Like an interview?
No, commercial.
For the calendar.
Well, just imagine how it's going to raise the profile. Honest to God, we'll have to reprint. Just amazing. Anyway, I think there's a move to be made here. Straight on the phone to Dickinson Bank. Skipton. Hello, Miss October here.
What's he sent you?
I don't know. It's like he knew exactly who I was. I think, would you like to make a donation to the cause? Here we are. Ta-da! What? Well, hello.
Oh, they're not. Oh my God. They're Gina Pellegrini.
Oh my goodness. Picked up just like that, coordinated image. Go on, try them on. We've got to phone back any changes.
Come on, girls.
Come on, Ruth. Isn't that where your Eddie works, the Craven Spa?
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, go and get those measurements. Annie, what do you think?
It's happened to them.
What?
Just like it's happened to me. But it's as if they've written to me for help.
But you are helping them. You did a calendar, remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. October.
What are you playing at?
Well, can't a man buy his wife a bunch of flowers to celebrate now? Where do you want them?
Oh, no. You can't go in there. There's naked women in there.
Oh, no, it's Naples. There's naked women everywhere. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Rod.
Did you get those in the shop?
No, I had to get them from Tesco's. John wouldn't bloody well have approved of that, would he? David has had to buy from the hand of Goliath.
They are lovely, Rod.
How did you know?
What?
You said you bought them to celebrate.
Oh, I did, yes, to celebrate the fact that somewhere across the Yorkshire Dales, a manufacturer of personalised wedding cakes has come down with a summer cold.
What?
And consequently, he has had to pull out of the Northern Bridal Fair in Leeds. We're in!
We can't be. We're on television.
Isn't it great? But you're so good at all these marketing things and selling stuff, you know. She's brilliant at that, you know.
What? It's television.
Listen, we are going to the bridal fair. We do not have the luxury not to.
It's okay, Rod. She doesn't have to be here.
But I wanted to be here, Annie. I wanted to have all this. Never make a business out of anything you love. You know what? I walk up to Grisdale, look at all the flowers, and I think it's you little bastards that's having us over. But then John managed it, didn't he? Worked in that park for 30 odd years. Always banged on about how beautiful it was. Couldn't bloody shut him up.
How bad is the business, Rod?
Try and keep him cool, honey.
No, this is fine, ladies. There's enough light in here. We'll do it in here. After all, this is where they'll be filming you. So, if you look all right in here, we're winning, aren't we, eh? Just wait 1 second. I'll get the magic makeup.
Do you think people like her get a kick out of treating people as if they've got special needs? Or do you think it's some sort of inverted perversion that makes her feel younger if she treats everybody else as if they're senile?
I think in fairness, she just...
Ruth, I have never heard anyone say in fairness as much as you do.
Sorry.
Oh no, don't apologise. It's the better way. Take no notice of my bitter ruminations. It's just me, grown venomous with years of exposure to school children. Much softer is our Ruth.
Right, here we are, ladies. How are we doing?
Who's moved me television? Nothing. Do her first. I'm going round the back to score some crack.
Right, let's just pop you down on that, my love. Make you comfy. I'm Elaine from the Craven Health Spa. There's my card. Lovely. So what I'm going to be doing today is a basic T-zone and A-zone. Have you ever had that done before?
No.
You'll love it. Because weren't you the lady? Chris, the organiser, she was telling me. They were all going to do it, but then you weren't, because you suddenly changed your mind at the last minute. Is that right? Suddenly got the confidence up. You know, a lot of ladies find that when they've had our dead sea salt treatment, they get this inner kind of want to do things.
Possibly.
Oh, absolutely.
Although I think with me, it was more likely finding your underwear in the back pocket of my Persian. You know, those little red ones. I mean, I'm not surprised you didn't know you were wearing them afterwards. They couldn't have provided you with much insulation. And that's when I found one of these little business cards. Must have fallen out your bag in the whole melee. And then I thought to myself, perhaps if I went and did this calendar, he'd see me in a new light. Pointlessly, as it turns out. Because what I hadn't realised is, a woman who takes her clothes off in a calendar is a tart, but one who does it in a lay-by is a really good sport. But hey, what I did get to realise is, men like Eddie Reynoldsson wouldn't know real beauty if it's staring in the face. And do you know how I know that, love? Because it was. Now, in all fairness, fuck off back to him!
They say that, don't they?
Oh, that's rubbish.
Honestly, they say that about television. It puts at least £10 on you.
Let's hope it's only one bloody camera.
Girls!
Oh, guess who's ready?
Honey, don't say anything. Looks a bit unkempt. Come along, everyone's here, dear. In you come.
Bloody hell. Oh, you look fabulous. Doesn't she look fabulous?
Look, just don't. I went to sleep on a pew.
In the church?
What? Well, I went to put the sunflowers in water and, well, I started to read those letters and I felt I should start replying to some.
Whatever. I think you better have first go with the makeup girl.
Yes. I think tragically, she might have just left.
Ladies, good afternoon. My name's Liam, and I'm from the KPL. And you're my 6 stars for the commercial, yes?
Liam, I'm very sorry, there's been a problem with the makeup.
Don't worry, wardrobe's that way.
Okay, and unfortunately it's only 5, sorry, Chris couldn't make it.
What?
Chris is in panic.
Don't worry, that's fine. 5 is enough. I'm just this place. Not going for lighting.
what John said. Religion and blues, they're all...
I'll tell you what though, sodding dangerous when you're the church organist. This one time, someone's funeral, Dad's in full swing in the pulpit, and I'm playing on grief autopilot. Dear Lord and Father of mankind. Next thing I look down, I see Ruby in her carry cot, and before I know what I'm doing, I'm singing stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together.
Why did you lose touch with Ruby's dad? It always sounded like you loved him so much.
In return for board and lodgings, because that's what happens when you're young and pregnant and scared, and your father's a vicar who professes to love all men, but actually, when it comes down to it, not black Americans that much.
You told Ruby all this.
Oh God, Ruth, of course I have. But at the end of the day, she wants to find her father, and I don't blame her, and it's really not for want of trying.
Okay, Andy, let there be light!
Oh, God.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Come and look who I found.
Oh, ladies, do we look something else or what?
Andy, who's it?
Isn't it great?
Chris.
Now, ladies, can we remember that pose? That kind of lean back, left foot forward, right arm back, and smile.
One with the bridal fair.
Oh, Annie, the thing
And where's
is,
Rod?
well, Rod's just... Ladies, have a bit of a practice. Annie, the thing is, to be honest, I'm not there because of John. I woke up this morning and I thought, what's more important? We raise enough money to buy the settee, or some drippy girl from Hull gets a Lily of the Valley bridal posing. No competition. John comes first.
Does he?
What's that supposed to mean?
Right, let's get this started. Here we go with your sunflowers.
Oh, are they real or are they...
Sorry, what are these? Some sort of decoration theme? Maybe hanging about the place?
Oh yes, they certainly are. Do they fit?
What? Sorry, are they for hanging on us?
Yes. There's one for you to view, except from Chris who's actually going to be holding it.
Holding it? Calendar.
A washing powder.
What washing powder? Is this advert not about the calendar?
Oh, just imagine what it's going to do for our profile.
Okay, I promise this won't take long. You know, once we've cranked up the lights, it'll be off your kit, a couple of clicks and done.
Sorry.
Andy?
So you want these over with the
Well,
dresses without?
The caption's going to go over. Yeah. We'd rather go naked than use another. You know.
These without the flap, without the dresses.
Well, that's not a problem, is it? I mean, stripping off. That is what you do, isn't it?
Well, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, right. Well, sorry, girls, I didn't realise that.
Do not touch a button. Get your coats, girls. We're going home.
Oh, girls,
Do not touch a button.
is there a problem?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Annie, will you answer me?
Please don't ask me if there's a problem, Chris. When we're standing about wearing day-glow sunflowers and selling soap powder.
For a photo shoot for John, yes. Yeah.
For John, I'm glad you still think that.
Oh, and I think John would think that you were at
I'll
it.
tell you what my John would think, shall I? He'd say, Annie, you once took your clothes off for me, and now you're doing it because that's what you do.
Is this because I've organised it? Finally got us a sponsor? Finally followed through on something? Finally made this calendar a success?
No, Chris, what you've actually made a success is you.
Oh, and not you, of course. Not Florence Nightingale sleeping in churches, answering letters. Loads of people lose partners to this disease. They don't get fan mail. But maybe that's what made you a success. A very successful bereaved woman. A celebrity widow. St. Annie of Naples, eh? Hey?
I'm no saint. I would steal every bloody penny of that money to spend one more hour with my John. And you've still got yours. And you're here.
there may be a problem.
Ah. Right. Right. Well, looks like it's just you. Well, I'll let the agency know. They should be all right with that. I mean, end of the day, all they want is someone from the WI News. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's the frisher. Andy, can you clear the kitchen? A little bit of privacy. Say, you don't mind it, do you? You don't mind it being just you? You don't mind being the star?
I never have.
Stupid man! Right, we'll just have to get on with the notices. Notice number 1, Cora.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well, in this week's consignment of letters, I got one from America.
We've had lots of letters from America, love.
This one came from a man, a music teacher, very dull job, who'd seen my photograph in the Boston Herald and was very pleased to see that after all these years, his old flame from Leeds University had kept on rocking.
Don't tell me that's Ruby's dad.
Yes. So in response to this, I'd like to announce that on Thursday night, there'll be the first ever meeting of the Napely Rhythm and Blues Choir. In here, 8 o'clock, bring a bottle.
Oh, yes! Thank you, ladies. Right, number 2, Ruth.
Yes. I'd just like to say that I'd like to give a talk. If you'd like me to give a talk.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you have a title?
Yes. At the Zambezi in a canoe.
Right.
Have you actually been up the Zambezi in a canoe?
No. But if I don't commit to the talk, I'll never do it.
Thank you. Okay, item number 3. Is this a mistake?
No, me again. Just wanted to know if anybody wanted to join me at the Zambezi in a canoe. It's an organised trip in a Sunday supplement.
Ruth!
Doesn't the Zambezi have those little fishes that swim up your doo-dah?
Perhaps I'll just go up the Avon.
Ladies, thank you. And finally, Annie.
But I haven't got...
From Chris to read out.
Oh. The first sale figures for the Nately Alternative WI calendar have just been forwarded from the Leukemia Research. The target to buy settee for the relatives room at Skipton General was £519. As of August the 9th, the calendar has raised £580,000.
What else does it say?
Unable to locate a settee costing this much, even in Harrogate, Skipton General have accepted the surplus money as a gift. As a result, next year, the John Clark Memorial Settee will
sit in the newly named John Clark Memorial Wing. Mari, I thought you might like to know that Rod and I have just delivered some bulrushes to Highgill WI.
Really?
Apparently next year they're going to be doing a nude calendar.
Yes! 1 bloody 0! That is interesting. Well, ladies, in the absence of our guest speaker, I'm afraid this evening we are left with absolutely nothing.
I could do some Tai Chi.
Oh God, she doesn't give up, does she?
I finished that book, actually read it properly.
Do you know what, Chris? Actually, I don't care. Congratulations, Annie. Now, if anybody needs me, I shall be at the Nag's Head with 2 buns and a bottle of Bollinger.
Do you know, if you'd gone ahead and done those photographs in the commercial, you'd been the most famous woman in the WI.
The scent wasn't flowers of Yorkshire. John would have killed me. And anyway, it's his calendar, not mine. I was thinking about going up on John's Hill.
Don't you think we've embarrassed ourselves enough up there?
I think you should see it. Ladies. I didn't mean to call you a saint.
I know. I absolve you, my child.
Turned out all right then, didn't I? John seems.
It turned out fine.
You should be proud, Annie.
We should all be proud.
What do you think John would have said then? Us up here doing Tai Chi in front of his sunflowers.
I think he'd have said,
Sod it, girls, go get some chips.
Come on then.
memory of my granddad, who passed away in 2011, and we've done this to raise money for Sue Ryder Thorpe Hall and Macmillan, which was his chosen charity. I mean, it wouldn't have been possible to do any of this without my assistant director, who is Amanda, so I thank her. Me calm, and when I've been, going crazy because I can't find something or I'm not sure how to do something, she's been there for me, so thank you so much. We've got Sharon, Morris and Ebony at the back, who are our front of house team, and they've done an absolutely brilliant job. I mean, selling our calendars, our teas, coffees, everything. I mean, they've organised everything back there, so thank you so much for that. Melvin and Mavis, who unfortunately weren't here today, but they've helped out at front of house as well, so thank you to them. We have David on our lighting desk. Is he going to come forward?
Yeah.
Go on, David!
David and Amanda have done everything you see here. The set, everything. And we've got Matt Roybottom, who's done all our sound effects, who unfortunately isn't here tonight, but this afternoon. But again, thank you so much to him. And then we've got a young lady. Is she still here? She's still here?
Yeah, she's at the back.
Yeah, can you come forward as well, please? She has done all the makeup that you've seen in the show. She also helped us with our calendar as well, so she did all our hair, our makeup, for our calendar, and on all of our beautiful ladies here tonight as well. Also, with regards to our calendar, I have to say a massive, massive thank you to my granddad's brother-in-law, Kevin Carr. He's not here, unfortunately, but he helped to organise the whole calendar and getting it all together, printing it, everything. We need to say a big thank you to Connor Popkins, who took all the photographs, Sarah Aldred for the makeup, as well as Manita, and Natasha Banfield, who did all of the ladies' hair for the calendar as well. And we also had Andy helping us lift in props and bits and bobs, so a massive thank you to everyone who helped us. I also need to say a massive thank you to you guys, because I mean, before this show started, I did a quick tally of what money we had raised, and we're looking at, before this performance, we had reached approximately £1,080 to give to Sue Ryder and to Macmillan. Really have asked for more, so thank you so much for all of your support, and we hope to see you back here for Panto. Thank you.
Producer, who has done a fantastic job. In here, you might just find a bottle of Bollinger and some bones. Somewhere.
Thank you. So we really appreciate it.